I-V-M.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru, and first of all, we have to say the superstar of Instagram Live, Baru, is here.
Applause.
See, I had to break the stereotype that I don't come after Arsenal losing, so yeah.
Wow. All right, Yash, the happy
Hello.
man. What's up?
I'm great today. I'm fantastic.
All right. So we started off after last week's episode or recording a day or day and a half later. We find out our beloved Diego Maradona is dead. Guys, Baru, let's start with you. The greatest player ever is gone.
Wait, what? Bentner is gone?
Dude, the greatest player ever. Come on.
Okay, fine. So, I think my memories with him were like mostly about what my dad or my uncle would tell me stories about him. About him taking over the hand of God and everything. But my generation, I mean, we had Messi. So every time Messi would do something, they'd be like, yeah, Maradona ne bhi yahi kiya tha. So that is basically what my story for Maradona was until we went to the World Cup 2 years back. And we had a very eventful match where Argentina faced against Nigeria yet again in a World Cup. And we were watching it with Brazilian fans, I think, Saru, at that Irish pub.
Yeah.
At Kuznetsky Mosque. And I swear, Yash, I mean, that was the most depressed I've been in a World Cup, in that World Cup especially. I could not wait to get out of that place, go back home on a flight back home or something. It was I was so low that, Argentina did what they did Messi did what he did to Nigeria. And especially when...
It was Marcus Rojo, dude. Manchester United's Marcus Rojo.
Especially when we were playing pretty decent here. Even the Brazilians were like, maybe these guys can actually help us against...
Get to the Maradona part.
Celebrations. I think celebrations is everything what Maradona was about in that match.
Yeah.
With the stained glass in front of him, with the certain white stains on the glass in front of him, and the Wakanda thing he was doing, the Argentina Panther, I think, at that moment. But that is my sharpest memory of Maradona. When I'm at my lowest, and Maradona is like taking the mickey out of all Nigerian fans, and. Yeah, that is the last memory I have. And then next thing, this happens 2 years later.
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure even you didn't watch Maradona play, right? Why is
I've
the 94 World Cup, no? With Batistuta and...
He did, kind of. But his main thing was... Wasn't he banned in 94?
I have vague memories of seeing images of him. But were they live or no? I have no idea. But anyway, I mean, in the new millennium... when I started watching football, I guess before Beckham, Maradona was the most famous footballer in the world, at least according to me. When it came to football, everyone said Maradona, right? And he had such a larger-than-life personality, and he lived many lifetimes. He might have left us too soon, but he partied for I don't know how many people in one lifetime.
Dude, I'm sure he was partying till a week before. That's the whole thing. How can someone be such a destructive personality and be like the best there ever was? I just can't get my head around it. You look at Messi or Ronaldo, all they talk about is that, how fit these guys are, how they maintain their lifestyle, everything. And here you have this guy who is basically like a street thug almost. But once he gets on that field, dude, some of those YouTube clips are just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, he became the example, right? I mean, they point at him and say he's broken so many records, achieved so many things. And it's his lifestyle that killed him. So they must be telling young kids, like, look what happened to Maradona. You don't want that to happen to you. You want to play for 2 decades long, score how many ever goals.
But what if a young kid turns around and say, you know what, if I just play like Maradona, I'm fine. Forget 2 decades. Even if I do it for like 4 months or something, I'm okay.
Right. Yeah, but there are no drugs that can make you play like Maradona, unfortunately.
Exactly. Baru, are there any drugs?
And people have tried.
Have they? Okay, one thing. Almost everyone, if you see, like everyone, when there was a Maradona, silence for Maradona tribute just before the game, everyone is crying. Like Ancelotti, dude, like he's probably like the coolest Italian I know, right? He had tears. Like egomaniac, like Mourinho, he had tears, right? Other than Arteta, I think every other manager in the world cried when because Baru.
This may not be the right time to like say it, but I think Arteta had bigger problems.
Oh God! All right. Is Maradona the greatest footballer ever?
Probably the greatest World Cup player ever. I mean, nobody has come close to what he did in '86.
What did he do?
What did he do? As in, he single-handedly won the most important games, right? The knockouts, he won on his own. Scored 5 goals.
Handedly.
Handedly. Yeah.
Oh, did you see Peter Shilton? I mean, that guy.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude, that guy is so out of tune. Like, okay, it's unbelievable. Okay, fine, you have a grudge. Then just don't talk to people. No, shut up. Why are you going all around the world saying this when, like, everyone is mourning? What's wrong with him?
I don't know. Maybe he's old and senile.
Better feedback for that was, I think, Gary Lineker, who became a little emotional halfway through his monologue on Maradona. Yeah, matlab, उसके against तो man marking कर ही नहीं सकते थे.
Dude.
And also Gazza was superb. He said, get over it. That's the only reason why you're famous.
Oh yeah, that was just crazy. Even Simeone cried in his press conference. I was like, first time I've seen Simeone cry over anything. Oh,
but the thing is, he was a total proper like a gangster. No? Like a lot of foreign players say that whenever they're going to Argentina and they inform Maradona, he's like, I'll look after you. Don't worry. Nobody will touch you.
Oh,
wasn't there something similar he said to Federer or something?
Yes.
Yeah, he says it all the time, I guess.
What is that story?
He tells it to anyone who comes to Argentina and he tells them, "Bhai, abhi tu mere saath hai."
तेरा भाई सब संभालेगा.
So there's this story when he was at Napoli, right? So let's say you go to Napoli or you went to Napoli then, and if your suitcase was stolen at the railway station or something, all you had to do was go to like Maradona's brother and say, I really had these valuables in my suitcase. Please, please, please. Then he'll give you a time to like visit the house or something in the evening and your suitcase would be there intact. With all stuff.
What is this family business thing here?
No, because all the thieves were related to that mafia gang of Gamora who basically funded everything for Maradona. And one of the conspiracy theories is that 1988 Napoli should have won the league. They were leading by 4 points and they had like 5 games left and they lost 4 of those games. And why they lost, there's a conspiracy theory that the previous year when Napoli won the league, after that everyone in Napoli basically put money on Napoli winning the league again. And the mafia ran the betting thing. So if Napoli actually won the league, there would have been no mafia. All of them would have been bankrupt.
Oh, wow. They would have had to file for bankruptcy, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of just saying, no.
Dude,
I want the bet. No, I don't care.
The incidents
that happened... bloody mafia, man.
Yeah, dude. The incidents that happened between game week 34 and 38 then. Maradona's car was torched. 2 players of Napoli were robbed twice in 10 days. So first they entered, stole, and then like, we forgot something, let's steal again in the same house. One player, some relative was kidnapped, right? So all this happened. So this is the man who basically stood up to
Dude, I don't understand this, man. Like, if somebody had like a 10 lira bet back then, and they had like a 10 to 40 lira odds and on Napoli winning, instead of the money, why didn't like the mafia just give them like cut horse heads or something, man? Isn't that what they used to do?
There were not many horses, so.
Oh, so that's the problem, no?
Yeah, exactly.
They should have reached out to Royal Western India Turf Club or something.
Yes. Other than Messi, who has been the next Maradona in the last 25 years?
Oh, there have been so many, no? Even Tevez was called the next Maradona. Ortega was called the next Maradona.
Ortega?
Aguero?
Yeah.
Ariel,
Even
oh
Aguero.
my God.
And we have only spoken about the Argentine ones. I'm sure Alexis
Every
Sanchez
country.
at some point in time was.
Who was the Indian Maradona? I
Vijay.
mean, you have a DNA,
IM,
right?
is it?
At some point, so I mean, you must have
No,
come across the term.
no, I think in Indian football, Maradona is too sacred. We don't mix the holy with the profane.
Holy ko unholy kar de hun.
The last thing on Maradona is the man came to Calcutta, right? Eventually, all the footballers, they can be as famous or do anything. They have to come to Calcutta to like feel
Say
that.
mom done sporting or something.
No, dude, he was in no condition to play. He came for a statue unveiling, but that crowd, man, 130,000 people. It was like they were seeing God. So there was a small Twitter controversy between Kerala fans and Bengali fans. So some guy, I think the Kerala chief minister said, probably outside Argentina, the man had most number of fans in Kerala. And like a million Bengalis took offense to it. No, we have bigger population than you. We were bigger fans of Maradona. So it eventually ended with Kerala versus Bengal Baru.
I think it should have just been the simple comeback from Bengal would have been, yeah, we are a part of Argentina, so we are. Something.
Oh man, this is so sad. It's over.
It is what it
legend
is.
The legend is done. It's over. Now I'm just waiting for Pele's death.
Pele
What
somehow
Pele?
seems immortal, man. He's like.
Pele.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Pele 200 or something. Like, what is the next? When's the sequel coming?
dude, I don't know. Yeah, but actually, Yash is right. Pele somehow seems immortal. Maradona seems like a man of the people. Maradona must be a communist, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think
he was friends with Fidel and Chavez.
But I don't think there's ever a footballer. I don't think there's any footballer right now, at least, who basically decides I will go to this small club and just like make them champions. Didn't he make Napoli that? No one cared for South
Yeah,
Africa.
I mean, apart from the World Cup, that's his claim to being the greatest ever, right? He basically did what Leicester did, but he was Vardy and Mahrez, both.
And Kante.
Did he want to join? Did he want to join Arsenal before Napoli or after?
Oh God, are we looking at Arsene Wenger scouted another Maradona?
Yeah, like whoever was Arsenal's manager back then, I guess, like George Graham, maybe.
No, dude, Graham also no. All right, which is the best tribute you saw about Maradona? Yes, till now.
Oh, I don't know. I think some of the memes were great.
I mean, not memes, like genuine tributes, not memes. Did you?
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of obituary speeches, so I can't say.
I mean, not speech. Did you see what the Napoli guys did or Boca Juniors players did?
Oh yeah, so I mean, all those tributes are pretty good. I mean, in Napoli, it seemed lit up. The stadium was lit up through the night, which is class.
I actually didn't see the Napoli thing. The only one I liked was New Zealand versus Argentina, the rugby game.
Oh yeah.
But you put that dance anywhere, I think it becomes good. Like even if BJP is winning in, I don't know, Chandigarh or something, and they do that Maori dance over there, I think, whatever.
Dude, isn't there a video?
We don't have listenership in New Zealand. I think it's fine to like.
No, I have 6 people.
Oh shit.
All right, Baru, which is better? Maradona's training video of which is that song, Life is Love. On that song, remember the training video where he just warming up. Is that better or a combination of the best goal ever in the World Cup with Hand of God better? So if you had to like choose one of the videos, what would it be?
Wait, what is the second one? Like
the second
Hand of God without background music.
Hand of God plus the other goal he scores against England. Both of them combined.
I'll go for the one with good music, man. I mean, if you put the Titanic music on the Hand of God, I think that's going to kill it.
So I think we'll have to start have an obituary episode on Peter Shilton then.
I think we should do that. So maybe next on the Football Twaddle Twitter account, because people don't talk to us on Twitter anymore.
We could just have an obituary podcast, pick random living players and start doing
put Titanic music on them.
And start doing obituary with Titanic music on background.
Oh God.
All right, let's take a break right now. And after break, let's talk about the superstar who's alive, Edison Cavani, and how he changed the and how he changed the fortunes of Manchester United. Stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to an awesome, amazing, incredible week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please do. Why aren't you? You should. It's absolutely essential that you do. It's IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Another fun week in the books last week, and I think you guys should definitely check out some of the shows that we did. So first, let me tell you about Cock and Bull. We did 2 Cock and Bulls on Cyrus Says last week, which is, I don't think we've ever done before. But there was just so much to talk about, and it was fun. The first one was just on Trish, myself, and Cyrus. The second one, we had Abhijit Ganguly on, and that was a great episode. Do check that out. Check out Know Your Kanun as well. It's been a while since I spoke about that show, but Umber's been doing a great job on it. This week he spoke to Naina Sharma, a Canadian lawyer, about the ways that you do business in Canada and the challenges that presents. Definitely very interesting stuff. Do check that out. The guys at Naan Curry are doing some really, really fun stuff. Do check out their latest episode. They talk about roti, the simple bread, but it's got some complications to it. Let them tell you about what they are. Do check that out. Also, do definitely check out the Wire Talks with Siddharth Bhatia. He's been killing it, man. It's just a new show, but what great conversations. This week, he had Siddharth Singh on to talk about pollution. Do check that out. And you know what, guys? The best news of all, Simplified is back. They've been back for a few weeks and I haven't called them out before, but remember that they're back and do check them out. This week, they talk about, does censorship make sense? Knowing the guys, I think I know the answer to that, but you should go check that out. And with that, let's go back to your show.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle. Yes, let's start. How good is Cavani and how shit is Rashford, Martial, Dan James?
No, but before all that, I always wanted to say this in a professional capacity. That was a game of 2 halves.
All right.
It was the best of times.
Now that you've said it.
So Cavani arrives and may not play next couple of games, but let's
before we get to that, man, what with his movement? Oh, first time it felt for a genuine striker's playing. I'm so used to watching Tammy and all your Greenwood, Rashford. Dude, what's with Cavani's movement? He was killer. Why is he not starting every game?
Yeah, initially it was just that he hadn't played since March. He had to be quarantined and all that nonsense, that COVID-19 related stuff. We had to put him through that, and fitness. That's the reason why he's not starting. I mean, obviously he's proved it like a class act, but it's been so long since I've seen those headers, man. Like someone heading a ball that low, like someone so tall going across and just heading a ball. This was missing from the Premier League, I feel, not just Manchester United.
Yeah, ever since Giroud moved to Chelsea, that's stopped.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, we can get to this later, but David Luiz did try heading a ball and he gave a player a skull fracture. But yeah.
Man.
Bruno Cavani, dude. Like Bruno Cavani, Van der Beek. This is it, man. Ole stumbled on a magic formula here to win the league.
I am not sure about winning the league, but I was pretty happy to see Van der Beek start. Although the Southampton press is pretty good, so he had to play Matic as well as Fred. So which was a pretty loaded up midfield, but it worked nevertheless. By the time those guys got tired, United were easily passing through their lines. And I don't know, somehow Rashford had a pretty bad game. He was not on the same page as the other players.
Rashford generally has bad games.
Oh, I mean, he's been carrying United for almost a year.
Just because he's feeding all
I thought that was Bruno
in Manchester. No, dude, Rashford is
I meant in 2020.
And wait, when you say Manchester, you're talking about the kids in Manchester rather than Manchester United, right?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it just his decision making was quite off.
Oh, dude, Baru, why didn't Arsenal go for Edinson Cavani? He was free. This is a transfer you guys should be making.
Yeah, we thought we had a striker.
Yeah, where did you go? Moving on from Manchester United, let's talk about this farce called Arsenal.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's broken Baru as well, right?
Is this necessary?
Imagine how bad it was that even Baru is taking to Instagram and say, enough. Enough is enough.
Man.
Not the right time. I'm done with my drink also, man. Shit.
Why are they so sad? What's wrong with them?
No one knows. Like, I mean, we can. So the typical thing that Arsenal fans do is that if you're losing or you're on a losing streak, things are not working out. You look at the people who are not in the team, and you say, "Yeah, ye hota na to maza aa jata." So like that's Thomas Partey right now. That's Martinelli, and obviously the king of sitting outside the squad, Mesut Ozil. तो अभी यही चल रहा है लाइक यार ये होते ना तो मतलब बात अलग होती.
No,
So
but
depending
honestly,
on which level of denial you are in, it's either only Thomas Partey, or it's Partey and Martinelli, or it's Thomas Partey, Martinelli, and Mesut Ozil. These are the levels right now.
So they should play Ozil. I mean, that was so stupid. I can't even believe that.
The point is that even if they want to play Ozil right now, they can't until next month, right? When they have to re-register the.
Okay, so here's a question for you. Do you think Arsenal will really swallow their pride and say, yes, we are with Uyghur Muslims. Let's get Ozil.
See, good behavior is to always swallow. So I think Arsenal should go ahead and do like pride or whatever. But ultimately, it's do Arsenal even have a market in like China, man? Like, why are they so obsessed with this
I
whole
don't
thing?
know. You tell me, man. You're the Arsenal guy.
Yash and I mean, isn't the club saying that he's out for footballing reasons?
Yeah, they are obviously.
The club is saying he's out for family reasons.
Oh.
That's what Arteta said, that he has a family now. I think even Mertesacker or Kolasinac, one of these guys said that he's focusing on his baby, whatever that means. But the point is that Arsenal are not even letting Ozil enjoy his career as a Twitter commentator, because this guy would come in, you know what, I think we're going to win 3-0 against Aston Villa. Oba will score 1, Laka will score 1, and Kolasinac will score 1. Next thing you know, Kolasinac doesn't start. Oba's like XG, forget goals. Even his XG is like, I don't know, 0.1 or pi minus 37. I don't know. But that's what happens. And Ozil is like, yaar, ye mera naya career path bhi nahi chal raha hai, to abhi main kya karu yaar? Might as well.
All right. I know what you're saying. In that, now let's get to Ozil Watch. 2 hours ago, guys. 2 hours ago. Ozil writes on Twitter, when 3 players with Arsenal DNA come together, who are these 3 players? Mesut Ozil.
Fabregas, Van Persie, and...
No, Mesut Ozil, Kieran Gibbs, and Matthew Flamini.
Flamini really has...
Did they take over a biotech? Did they take over a biotech firm or something? Is that what happens when these 3?
They are taking...
with McDowell's.
No, they're doing something good for the world, Baru. They're doing something called Warmer Winters between December 20th and 24th, where they're going to provide healthy meals to children over Christmas holidays. 10,000 meals per day. And they're going to give 10,000 gifts.
I wonder who else is trying to do that.
All right.
Isn't Sir Marcus Rashford? Oh, wait. They should actually start with like cleaning up Mahim Beach, because that's what Netflix is more interested in.
All right. On 27th November, Ozil writes Jumma Mubarak.
Is that the Afghan flag?
Shouldn't that be like a weekly thing?
But,
I think he's tweeting a different mosque every time.
He is.
It's quite cool, actually.
Actually, what Baru said comes true, because he's not tweeted anything about the game. There's no, yeah, Gunners, yeah, come on, you Gunners. Even he's given up hope. He's like, Gunners. But, yes, the last thing on Arsenal, is it as much fun even watching? Like, earlier we used to like derive pleasure and joy. Now it's just like stale, right? You don't even
when they're down every time, it's not fun, because I don't know, this Arsenal team doesn't seem like they're trying very hard,
Yeah.
On the pitch. Because earlier on, they used to at least attack, try to score goals, and then fall flat on their face. Here, it's just, I don't know what Arteta's tactics are, frankly. So, I mean, which is quite surprising, because apart from what you said, Baru, this other theory I've heard from Arsenal fans is that, at least for this Wolves defeat, is that Arteta has started to listen to fans and is gone back on his defensive strategy and tried to attack. That's why we lost. Which is, frankly...
Is this Arsenal fan Tej Tambe?
No, dude. Save TV.
Oh, man.
AFTV. Like,
anyway, I think like
wrong.
The whole point is like for the past 2 seasons, Arsenal was called a one-man army or something. And that one man has got a raise, so he doesn't care anymore.
True.
Damn.
Anyway,
Wow.
did we get done at Arsenal already, man? I mean,
Yes, we are done with Arsenal. Let's talk about Jurgen Klopp before moving on to the games of the week. Yes, did you watch
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp cry about Saturday afternoon fixtures?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's getting a bit much now. It's just, and the best part is I think the presenter predicted it, so he was there with all the answers.
he was ready.
Dude, his answer was simple. Why are you telling us? Ask the chief executive to talk.
Complaint box udhar hai.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you have to give an analogy, like Klopp is like a farmer or something, right? Who is trying to march to Delhi.
And he's blaming Republic TV for not reporting.
No, and the reporter just dug the road and said, try. Oh, God. Baru, who is the mourner now, Mourinho or Klopp?
I think Mourinho's still the mourner, man. He's on top of the table and he's like, yeah, blah.
What? That is not mourning. What is yeah, blah? How is that any sort of... What does that even mean?
I don't know, man. His activity, his presence is persona precisa, man.
I see. So, Jurgen Klopp.
Mourinho.
Oh,
Mourning.
so just imagine how small a club Tottenham is. Like FA Cup draw was announced, and Tottenham are going to this club called Marine, which is in the 8th tier or something.
Wow.
And those guys,
what?
Marine. And
isn't that a place that Queen Daenerys conquered or something?
No.
That is Marine.
Marine, not Marine.
I mean, this club is so. I mean, this is an obvious forward that this club is so low in the pyramid that Tottenham will need a submarine to get there.
Oh God!
What? Lucas Moura?
I don't know. Baru calls such jokes PS level jokes. So whatever they mean.
What level?
PS level.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, but the club Marine basically didn't say we drew Tottenham. They just got excited. Mourinho is coming to Marine.
Wow,
dude! No one gives a Tottenham were coming. They're like, "Bhai, Mourinho aa raha hai." That's all we care about. Oh God, yeah. Anywho. I had to say, and Tottenham had to retweet that. Yeah, we are excited also. That was so embarrassing. All right, games of the week.
And who sounds like some. Achha, never mind. I won't complete that sentence.
Please, can we talk about game of the week, Baru? I will choose your game of the week, and you can predict it. Tottenham versus Arsenal. So let's go, ma'am. What's going on in that game?
See, I'll just take the first part of Roy Keane's comment. It's an away game, no home pressure. So maybe, they can gather the strength. Plus, it's a derby game. I agree with Roy Keane completely, man. It's a derby game. It's away. There's no pressure. Arsenal would manage to lose just 1-0.
1-0. I'm predicting a 3-1 loss to Arsenal.
Yeah, so I'm being positive, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're an optimistic Arsenal fan. Yes, before we get to your match of the week, what's your prediction for Tottenham Arsenal?
I think 2-0 Tottenham.
Man, Aadat se majboor, Yash almost gave Arsenal the win.
All right, yes. And what's your game of the week?
I don't know which other game is interesting. I'd say West Ham, Manchester United, because it's Moyes coming. Or Moyes playing against United again, and this time I think and West Ham do have good form.
And Moyes is higher on the table than Oli. So, are you predicting a Cavani masterclass again?
If he plays, maybe. But
now is the time you say, what does Negrito mean?
I think it's a term of
Isn't that like
in Latin America.
I don't know. There are two things. Supposedly, in the South Americans use it for a good friend or something like that. Isn't that one of the arguments being put forward right now?
Yeah. I mean, according to the story, at least he said it to a friend of his. So, I mean, it must be.
But where did he say it?
Instagram.
So, what is the status of that? Is he going to or not?
Is he going to? He already deleted the post and apologized for it, saying, I don't know. that it's
yeah.
a big deal in England.
These bloody English people, I tell you. God, Baru is like...
I always thought he was talking about a cocktail or something, man. Isn't like a Negroni like a cocktail?
Oh shit. If you ever put on Instagram, I'm drinking a Negroni, you'll be banned for like 3 weeks. From drinking.
Oh, man. Forget from drinking from where? Like, is my housing society going to ban me or something? Or?
In Bombay, it's called CHS.
Anyway, in that game, since you're asking, I think Mason Greenwood scores a 1-0 win.
What? You are like boring United fans. I'm talking about Cavani, masterclass and everything, and you go...
he's an old man, dude. He's going to play against Paris for 90 minutes. I don't think he's going to feature a lot.
Oh, okay. And by the way, Newcastle may not play. And like by typical fashion, they will take that decision only on Thursday evening. So we have
sad.
But yeah, Newcastle... Are you guys thinking that the league will again be suspended? God, I hope not.
I don't think so, man. I mean, if it's suspended again, then how many games? I mean, there's no time to finish the season. So they may as well chug along, play 8 games, 7 games, and finish this pending games later in some midweek.
Yeah, there's only one club which wants the suspension of the season and the season to finish as soon as possible. And I think that's Baru's club.
Sheffield?
No, Sheffield is relegated. They are just waiting. Like, let's go back.
We had a fun.
Yeah. All right. Before we go, Baru, how's the Instagram live going on?
It's going well.
And can you please remove this whole background of Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy? What are you doing? What is this spacewalk you're going on?
This is a hint about the next club I'm going to support.
What is that?
LA.
Oh, speaking of the MLS, I think Henry is doing like a pretty good job over there, right?
Oh.
As per the last article I read.
Arteta out blood. Henry in.
Oh, God. Are we starting that?
There's a small viral video that went where Henry's like mic'd up and he's talking to his players. Go here, what are you doing? Fall back. And people are like, wow, yaar, he kitna active manager hai. But I think we should have this section, like it's called the meme of the week, which I believe is when Danny Ceballos was coming on.
Oh, and
in his forehead, he's like, what is that thing Pep used to say to KDB?
But the best part of that, who started talking there? Ceballos. After some time, he's like, boss, should I do this?
Real Madrid में मैं बताता हूँ क्या होता था.
We used to fall back.
Yeah.
Anywho, guys, very nice talking to you people. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye-bye, Saru.
Bye.
Are you looking for India's most awesome cricket podcast? Are you now tired of listening to the same old guys drone on about cricket everywhere? Edges and Sledges is a weekly cricket podcast hosted by 3 fans of the game, Varun, DJ, and myself, Ashwin. It was established in early 2018, has over 60 episodes now, and is of course now proud to be on the IVM Podcast Network. Each week, we get together from 3 different time zones, the USA, the UK, and Singapore, and we talk about things from the world of cricket, with a focus on Indian cricket. We often interview special guests from all around the world, including former cricketers and cricket media personalities. So check out Edges and Sledges, the cricket podcast, now on the IVM network.
Remember the last vacation you took? What about the one you took 3 years ago? Okay, how much do you really remember? It's a question I've asked myself often over a decade of traveling the world. Hey, I'm Utsav, and I do not travel the world for a living. I have a full-time job and responsibilities, but I have made traveling the world a priority. Priority enough that I negotiate extra leave in my job contracts, obsessively track my frequent flyer miles, and I'm willing to take off at the sight of a cheap ticket. Yes, I am cheap. I have lived and worked in 3 countries. I understand human behavior for a living. And these experiences have given me unique insights into places, people, and culture. With over a decade of travel behind me, I increasingly realized one thing, that we cannot see everything. So whatever we see, we must see deeply. Because as the film of memory decays, the imprints which will stand the test of time are the ones felt by the immersion of the senses, not by fleeting encounters with them. Postcards from Nowhere is an immersion into the world of slow travel, one story at a time. Tune in every Thursday on the IVM Podcasts app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.